Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am going to show you how to convert shapefiles into different other formats that are commonly used in GIS. We will start with basics, exporting shapefiles as GeoPackage, KML, GeoJSON and CSV. I will explain why we might pick each one, whether it's for compact storage, Google Earth, web mapping or simple tabular data. Finally, I will demonstrate how to convert vector layer into raster, which is useful for analysis and visualization. By the end of this video, you will be able to handle these conversions confidently and pick the right format for your project. Let's start by loading the shapefile into the GIS, which we have already done. Although shapefiles are one of the most common GIS formats, they are very tricky to work with because shapefile comes with several pieces which all have to stay together, and this also makes the transfer of shapefiles difficult. That's the reason we will be converting this shapefile into other different formats that are easy to work with. With left click, you can find Export Shape feature as option in the layer. Here in the format, you can select whichever format you want. Let's keep it GeoPackage for now, and we will save the new file in our desired location. You can also change the CRS of the file according to your need. Now let's save. Both shapefiles and GeoPackage are vector layers and appear same in the layer, but the difference is the ease in management of GeoPackage. Instead of multiple files in shapefiles that must be kept together, a GeoPackage is one file that is much easier to manage, copy, and share. Shapefiles can store only one layer per file, but GeoPackage can store many layers in the same file. You can either store all layers in the same file or store all layers separately. Manually handling all layers can be time consuming, so we will use Package Layers option under Database, which you can find in Processing toolbox. In Input Layers, we can select all the shapefiles or only the shapefile you want to convert into GeoPackage. Here I am selecting all the shapefiles. I checked in the options to save layers and metadata of shapefile to GeoPackage. Then save the file. By clicking Run, the process will begin. In this way, we will have all the layers in the same GeoPackage file. You can see the saved single file here. Now, let's add this layer from Add Vector Layer option. When you select the file, you can see layers that are stored in the file. You can choose if you want to add only single layer or all layers at once. If you select all the layers, then all the layers will be added to QGIS. Layers appear here as the groups. Under data, you can find 3 different layers. You can work on 3 layers separately, but they just appear as a group in the layer. Another way to do it is using vector conversion format under GDAL. When you search GDAL here, you can find vector conversion option and under it convert format. This will work for all other formats that you want to convert your shapefiles into. You will add input layers. You can do the processing either for the single layer or with batch processing. You can process all layers at once. This way, you can convert shapefile into GeoPackage. We converted a single shapefile into GeoPackage layer. Now, you can also add other layers into the same GeoPackage layer. For this, we will be using Database Manager. Under Database, you can find DB Manager. On the left hand side, you can find the option GeoPackage. With left click and click on New Connection, you need to connect it to the already existing GeoPackage file. Here I am selecting my GeoPackage file. As you can see in this GeoPackage, only one layer buildings are visible. Now, if you import or add the layer, the layer which you want to add in the GeoPackage file, you need to select that one. Here I select river and then add it to the GeoPackage. Now you can see my GeoPackage has two layers, buildings and river. In this way, you can add other shapefiles in already existing GeoPackage. Now, when I add GeoPackage from Add Vector option, you can see there are two layers that I can add. In this way, you can convert only one shapefile into GeoPackage and then add as many layers as you can using DB Manager. Now, let's convert shapefiles into GeoJSON using the similar export option. GeoJSON is a modern format built for the web. It's just one file, easy to share, and since it's based on JSON, web browsers and mapping libraries like Leaflet and Mapbox can read it instantly. That's why GeoJSON is the most popular choice when you want to take your GIS data from QGIS into an interactive web map. Now we will convert all the layers together as a batch process using the same vector conversion option as we did earlier. When you go into the convert format option, you can either select each layer as an input layer, but for now we are using run as batch process to convert all the shapefiles at once into the GeoJSON format. With plus sign, you can add the layers that you want to convert the format. Convert all layers from dataset. We will click yes. Need to choose where you want to save the outputs and also pick the new file extension. Here you can either choose KML or other file option, whichever you want. For now, I am choosing GeoJSON because that's what we are working with. Because I had already converted roads into GeoJSON while showing how to convert a single layer, I now rename it and we need to save its output separately. Once you are done, you click on Run and all the save files will be converted into the format you chose. As I said earlier, when you look outside this QGIS, then your GeoJSON file will look like a script with description about the geometry and properties of the feature. The same way, you can convert or export your file into other different formats. For example, KML. KML, the format created by Google, is the native format for Google Earth. So, if you need to import your vector layer in the Google Earth, then you need to convert your shapefile into KML so that you can share your data for easy viewing in Google Earth. And also KML is a single file unlike Shapefile, so it is simple to email, upload or share online. Moreover, KML is great for visualization because it lets you share data with custom styles, icons and pop-ups directly in Google Earth or Google Maps. You already know that your vector files has attribute table which stores information about your shapefiles. If you want to share this attribute table to someone who doesn't use GIS or use this for non-spatial analysis, then you may need to convert it into CSV, an easy file format that can be opened in Google Sheets or Excel. We use similar export as and save feature as option and choose CSV, separated value as the file format. The converted CSV file stores only the attribute table and not the geometry structure of your shapefile. As you can see, the CSV file and attribute table of QGIS that we visualized earlier are same. If you want to create CSV from all the layers, you can run as a batch process. Now, I want to show how to convert vector into raster. The shape files I had been using earlier was created with OSM, and because I wanted to create shape file just for example, I didn't actually choose the fields that I wanted in Shapefiles but rather choose first three fields. So I want to use a boundary shapefile to show how you can convert it into raster. You choose rasterize option from vector conversion and input layer as the vector which you want to convert. In the field to use, you can choose which pixel value to write into the raster. The output raster size units, you can either choose pixel or georeferenced unit. I am choosing pixels and the resolution to be 10 with width and height both as 10. In the output extent, we choose calculate from layer, the same layer that we are rasterizing. In the profile, we choose default and we save to our preferred file location. And when you click on run, your vector file is now converted into the raster that you can use for further analysis. Thank you for watching. I hope this video helped you understand how to convert shapefiles into different formats and why it can be useful for GIS projects. If you are interested in similar videos, please don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next one.